Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I need to do is to create my package. Let's call it main. Okay. Let's create my function. I'm going to call my function main. And the first thing I want to do is to get the arguments from the command line. So I want to check to see how many were provided. So I'm going to say arg count. I'm going to assign that to os.args. Okay, and of course I need to use the length function. Alright, so this will tell me how many arguments were provided. Once I have that, then I can do a simple conditional. So if our count is greater than 2, okay, then that means that we are using the incorrect number of arguments. So fmt, we're going to print line. Usage glocks on a script. So in total, if we want to run a script, we must only have exactly 2 arguments. The first argument is obviously the name of the program, and the second argument is the name of the script. Alright, so if we have more than 2, something went wrong. And let's terminate the program. Okay, I'm going to use exit code 64. Okay, which simply means that something went wrong in terms of not using the correct command line arguments. All right. Okay, so 64 simply means you did not follow the correct usage. Okay, so if I get past this part, then it means that either we entered the correct number of arguments, we provided the correct number of arguments, or we provided none. So if it's not greater than 2, let's check to see if it's exactly 2. All right. So if arg count is exactly 2, then we know that they have provided the correct number of arguments, and so we can run this script. So for now, I'm just going to say run script, okay, which will be a function. And then I will simply pass in the actual argument that was provided, which would be in position 1. Okay, we'll write this later. Okay, else, okay, it means that no arguments were provided. Okay, so it was just glocks that was provided. All right. And if that's the case, then we'll simply start the REPL. Okay, and that's it. So again, if I provide no arguments, then our count will simply be 1. Okay, and then obviously it will skip this, it will skip this, and then it will just do that. If I provide 2 arguments, then it means that I actually want to run a script. And if I provide more than 2 arguments, then I did something wrong. So let's quickly create this function. We're not going to do anything with it right now. We're just going to say run script. We accept a script which is of type string, and then we'll just output a simple message. Something like executing script. Okay, and then we'll provide the script. All right, and then we'll do the same for start REPL. Okay. All right, so this is a basic skeleton of our interpreter. Again, this is sort of the driver where we either use glocks with a script. We use, well, that's here, sorry. We use glocks with a script. We terminate glocks because it was not started correctly. Or we simply start glocks from the, or use that. Let me rephrase that. We start glocks with our REPL. Okay. All right. So if it's a script, this will eventually be done, and if it's from the REPL, then this will be done. So this is our basic skeleton interpreter. Let's test it out. So I'm going to say go build. All right, and so notice we have our executable here. So let's call it without any arguments. Okay, good. So it should start the REPL. If we start it with one argument, maybe hello dot glocks. Okay, great. What about two arguments? All right, great. So it also works. Okay, so that's it. I'll see you in the next video where we continue building out our interpreter.